Motion pictures, bro. On the slow motion pictures.
You gotta shoot at 60 frames per second.
Come on,
I They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit. They see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my body, real niggas right beside me. Damn right, I brought my army, going up like a rocket, and can't nobody stop me. These niggas garbage, so watch your mouth, boy. Coming all black, slithering house, call me mouth, boy. I'm off the hip like a cowboy. I'm a king, you should bow, boy. Shorty like, damn, man, you cut up. Nothing I can handle. 144 in the booth, going Rambo. Niggas do you dirty like a stick in a bando. That's why I play the corner like a bum with a banjo. I'ma lead by example. Ooh, chemo sabe, got this bitch off the hand. Got the juice, got the drip, about to hit the bitch with the salt. It ain't rap, it's assault. Can't taste a bitch unless you with the coke. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit.
One West, one West, one West, one West, one West.
Coming up on my bullshit. I do it how a veteran be. You better than me. I'm Reggie at the edge of the key. It's all money, no honey. Think you settle and see. You locked up, fucked up, and it's back to the streets. It's One West. You can check the residency. I reside where soldiers died on the soles of their feet. Cause there's death before designer. Ain't no coward in me. Cause I'm cold as a bitch's shoulder. You ain't calling a week. Get the cooking on this beat. Hope you like it well done. Got them killers rolling with me and they all red rum. Got you fuckers scared some. Get the banging on this beat till my fucking head numb. Black Glock, red drum, black and yellow air ones. Homie, you ain't got a vest. I suggest you wear one.
Told these niggas we was going up. They was doing a lot of talking. Now these niggas ain't saying shit.
Feeling like a legend in this shit. Lil nigga, I'm past veteran. Never feeling third. Lil nigga, I'm past second. Guns, I gotta have them all like Ash Ketchum. Shotty break a nigga ribs up like his wife left him. We all stepping. Kill you with kindness cause I'm dead nice. That 5'7" put you 6 feet, not talking height. That judge giving out 5, but you doing life. These hands are rude GPS, a mean right. That's mean right, we build different, you know the vibes. And we stamped it authentic, we notarized. I keep a 144 because I know a cop. Noah's Ark, you know I'm with animals when we flowing by. We back again, no cap, when I'm with Cap again. Yeah, they say they want smoke until we matching them. Everything righteous, so you know when we get back at them, you get hit up with a K, but no acronym.
They say they wanna hear that raw shit. These niggas claiming that they bullshit. These niggas better move and coach shit. Cause if they make the wrong move, it coach shit. You see me, they like, ooh, chemo shopping. I'm on my way up and they ain't gon' stop it. They say they wanna hear that raw shit. Coming up, I'm about to bullshit.
West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I be One West to the death till they bury me. One West till they bury me. I'm One West till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends or we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you suckers trying to do? Rhyming comical. Guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since. All the dominance of one west rising to prominent. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. They want a nigga quiet, mute my maneuvers, but I ride like I got Groupons for Uber. Rhymes hard like they been viewed by Medusa. 9 milli Luger, 17 in the Ruger. Only need a few to sit up in your medulla. Obligata for the regatta, niggas wildin', they win every dollar. They riding by in black Impalas, let the semi holler. A showstopper, been this proper since the teeny bopper. But now I'm going, I'm off Patron, a premium of vodka. I put extensions on the Glock, modify the chopper. The swore heavy, war ready, and that's worth the mama. No marijuana, say I got the loudest silence on it. When I'm up on it, ain't no rapper do it like I do it. A lot of spitties and writers, but when they eat on, none of them can get to the fire around with me. And I had them niggas spin like a tire, but down the deep. And I'm still dope as a piper. Every bar burn hard like a spoon with a lighter. Fuel to igniter, I'm winning, coming through with the title because UP. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me.
Yeah, on 44 shit, you know what I mean? Busy man. Look, when that shit drop, you step all the way on their neck, step on their neck and they head with that shit.
Fine then, I ain't show no mercy, we gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel, I got time to kill. Haters thought I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it, got it out the mud, straight to glory. They don't know how I get it, nice but he don't show them skills, how I show them skills. He ride but he don't work the wheel, how I work the wheel. They mad, I'm too solid, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. No, they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rank for real. I got real soldiers, kill folks.
They had that shit on lock till I snapped on them like bolt cutters. You cannot play both sides, gotta choose your colors. See him throwing that one up with that W, that's my blood, bro. Fine in. I ain't show no mercy, I'm gon' show them boy what time it is. I pop out like I'm Samuel. I got time to kill. Hey, the start I died, I survived. They don't know how I did it. Got it out the dust, straight to glory. They don't know how I feel. He's nice, but he don't show them skills how I show them skills. He ride, but he don't work the wheel how I work the wheel. Ooh, I got a made, circle tight, yeah, vacuum seal. Said they want my life, I ain't worried, I got rain for real. Backstage. Yeah, nigga. Fake ass nigga. You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospel like.
You know the brothers on the phone? Is Mawasa? I was trying to see if anybody else. I'm trying to. You not in a position to read, are you? Okay, that's Tawad. That's Tawad. Napash, come read for me until I get another brother on the line. All right, Shalom, Lord Christ, Israel. My name is Officer Barakia Allah. Coming out of ISUPK Atlanta. This is the Wednesday night law class. Tonight's class. Before I give you the topic of tonight's class, let you know that we have come to bring the truth of the Bible, that the so-called blacks, the so-called Native Americans, the so-called Hispanics make up the 12 tribes of Israel, and that the law is for you, only for us. That's why we have Wednesday night law class, to bring us back and get the understanding on the spirit of the law and the physicalities of the law. So tonight's class is called When the Chickens Come Home to Roost, the law will not come back void. Once again, when the chickens come home to roost, the law will not come back void at all. Now, the phrase when the chickens come home to roost, do anybody know when that became popular, or who made that popular? Kind of like a viral moment before it went viral. Was it Mawasa? Oh, young man Desmond. Okay, young man Desmond. Okay, I got you down. Anybody want to answer that question? Go ahead.
That was Malcolm X.
That's right, Malcolm X. And anybody know the reason why he made that phrase at that particular time?
That was at the time where President Kennedy was assassinated.
Right. And Malcolm X said, when the chickens come home to roost. He said the chickens that come home to roost. And they of course that led to his suspension. It was big, it was a controversial statement. But you know, that's when it became like really popular, you know, back in the 60s or whatnot. Just make sure, you know, we're gonna go over the, you know, how that applies to the law. Young man Desmond, you in a position to read it all? Okay, all right. Can you all right, all right, you can be my reader then. I'll let you know when we bring it out. All right, so yeah, when the chickens come home to roost, because that's you gotta love that phrase, and the law will not come back. The law will not come back void at all. So a lot of what I'm basically saying is that, you know, judgments have to come down. When them judgments happen, then you will know, the world will know, your enemy will know that law did not come back void at all. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because there's so many times where our enemy, individuals, even brothers, you know what I mean, they that come at us like enemies. They feel like they win. They do win they win battles a lot of times. against us, against the prophets. But in the whole totality of the war, when all the smoke is clear, then they lose the war. You know what I mean? They might have celebrated in pop bottles and smiled at little battles, but a little battle does not win the war. You know what I mean? Uh, America fighting Afghanistan, whoever they fighting, they'll lose some battles and they'll lose some soldiers, no doubt. But the whole totality, the whole battle, we know who won. We know who wins that. You know what I mean? That's the one who's take control, the one who power structures are given over to. You know what I mean? Like they were going after the oil thing. But you gotta stay the whole, and that's where our faith comes in at. Because the Lord, he deals with, when he's dealing with his prophets, he's not worried about numbers, he's not worried about the little battles or whatnot. We know who our Father is, and we know that the war will be won. So we're gonna go over a few things, and I'm gonna touch on a few scriptures for sure. And another great example that I'm gonna touch later is that Polite. How many of y'all seen what happened to Polite today? Brother, so-called brother Polite. Anybody on the phone know what happened to Polite today? Yeah, y'all know. Yeah, the man just got 7 years for child pedophilia, child rape. You know what I mean? He's a pedophile just like his father, Malachi Z. York. You know what I'm saying? Ain't that ironic? But it's not ironic at all, because that's the foundation they were built on. But there was another enemy of the prophets, another enemy of the priests of the prophets that came and thought that he won some battles or whatnot. Of course, in that debate, in any debate he had, was he lost. But it's still, a lot of people in the conscious community, people, Egyptologists, Kemet people that just want to identify with anything but outside the Bible. They like to be on Polite side or whatnot. You know what I mean? We talk about strength in numbers. He definitely had that. And but of course we stood our ground, stood on our business. And now look what manifested. And man, I got 7 years, so we're gonna definitely get back at. So that's definitely a great example with today's topic. That when the chickens come home to roost, the law will not come back void. Don't let that go over your head, because the chickens definitely came home to roost on that one right there. Does it happen in a split second? It can, but it didn't. Did it happen in a minute? It can, but it didn't. Did it happen in a few months? Nope. It can, but it did not. Did it happen in a few years? It took a few years. But that chicken showed no came home to roost. What's up? First scripture we want to bring out is Ephesians 6:11 through 16. Yeah, Ephesians chapter 6:11 through 16. Right, you got to know what we're dealing with, man. You know what I mean? The Most High, what he dealing with, he don't care nothing about no numbers. He don't care nothing about no popularity, and that's what's wrong with this world. You know what I mean? They put that, and that's what's gonna be their reward of the world. That's what they're gonna be destroyed, because they put their faith in man. They put their faith in numbers. They put their faith in the popularity. You know what I'm saying? But the Lord ain't studying none of that. He dealing with everybody to read the scriptures, everybody know about the supreme being, the Most High. Yeah, you forgetting about the remnant. You forget about what he say about the strength in numbers and all that. The Lord don't care about that. He want to be glorified. If everybody on your side, everybody agreeing with you, which we will hope all Israel will one day for sure. But we know how things gonna work out on this wicked world. When everybody agreeing with you, when everybody you got a popular opinion, the most people trying to join your organization or whatnot, a lot of times that's telltale sign is what? What is that telltale sign of? When you got all the numbers in your organization, you got the popularity contest on social media, online, and everything. What is that a telltale sign of? Anybody want to take a shot of that?
you, sir.
Go ahead.
That the Lord ain't with you.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like the Christian church.
That's definitely that's definitely right. The Lord ain't with you. That's a telltale sign of the Lord ain't with you. Who was that young man? Desmond?
Another one come.
Right, yeah, that's definitely a telltale sign. Unfortunately for you popularity, socialites, organizations that depend that depend on your strength in numbers, that's telltale sign the Lord ain't with you. You know what I'm saying? And believe me, ISUPK, we're growing all over this world, all over the nation. We gotta feed and feed our people this knowledge, no doubt. But it's hard medicine. So a lot of times there's not the Lord, you know what I mean? That's the Lord is not that's telltale sign the Lord ain't with you. Hold what you got in Ephesians, but let me go get some scripture on what I just said in Luke 16:15. Yeah, bring that out. Luke chapter 16, verse 15. Right, because I mean, that's a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. They think the big mega church, that's the one that the Lord. This is God's house. This is the Potter's house. You know what I mean? They think the big organization, the black group that everybody knows is all on TV, they're making movies about. Everybody think that's the one. That's the one the Lord got his hand with. Even down to the Israelite groups. They got the big organizations that's marching proudly through the streets or whatnot. You know what I mean? Making a whole bunch of noise with hundreds of people. The people like, oh yeah, that's powerful. You know what I mean? The Lord got to be with that. You got that in Luke 16:15?
Sir, I ain't sure if this Bible got Luke. Is that in the Bible?
No, Luke Luke in the New Testament. One of the disciples. The third book in the New Testament. You probably ain't hear me right. Yeah, Luke 16:15. Put it on deck for me in the pot just in case. Get a brother a little minute. Yeah, we're gonna prove what I just said, man. You know what I mean? Because people be thinking that the numbers are glorious, and you ain't know no better. You'll sit back and look. Hey, man, that's glorious. I don't know what they got going on, but maybe I need to look into those guys. I listen to them a little more. You know what I mean? But you're messing up. You know what I mean? You first of all, you gotta see what kind of fruit they bearing, and also you got to make sure this verse right here you're not getting past that. Go ahead.
Right. See, they don't realize, like, the Lord is a man of war. He said it himself. He's dealing with soldiers, not numbers.
Right, yeah, definitely. The Lord is a man of war, man. And the Lord want to be esteemed himself. He don't want you, oh yeah, they got all the numbers over there. They got all the popularity over there. That's why. That's what they be glorified. And that's what man to say, oh yeah, all I need to do is just join this. All I need to do is get into the numbers. Into the numbers game. How's the Lord getting how's the most high getting glorified in that? You know what he do? You know what he does get glorified in? And a remnant of the ones who hear and follow his word and backing down everything, backing down the whole world. You know what I'm saying? The Gideon's army on up the ISUPK. You feel me? That's what the Lord is dealing with right there. You still have trouble finding the scripture?
I got it, sir.
All right.
You said Luke 16:15.
Yeah, Luke chapter 16, verse 15.
Luke chapter 16, verse 15.
Right.
And he said unto them, Ye are they which justify yourselves before men.
All right, stop right there. Hold up, Salaki, stop right there. The yeah, you see what I mean? Because that's how they justify themselves. before men. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you, that's how you get your reward. Most High ain't dealing with all that justification before men, all that prancing and dancing, and you know what I mean. You got 100,000 plus followers. You got you got hundreds of members on every street corner. You feel me? That's how you justify yourself before men. But keep on reading.
For God knoweth your heart.
Right, that's why I said you gotta check the fruit. Where them boys' heart at? Where their organization heart is at? You know what I mean? The Lord know. God knows. Keep on reading.
For that which is highly esteemed among men is abomination in the sight of God.
Right, though that was that's highly esteemed among men. You know what I'm saying? That's what you gotta realize. That's an abomination unto the Lord. What's an abomination? What's an abomination?
Some real nasty.
You said something.
Go ahead. You got it. Something like disgusting, like just some sick stuff, like being gay.
Right, definitely abomination, but also most importantly, was abomination is something that the Most High hates. That's bad. When you see abomination, Lord hate it, and we should hate it also. That's an abomination. That's an abomination to the Lord. And you got your reward. Right. All right. So pick me back up at Ephesians 6, verse 11 through 16. Right, because quite like Mama Sa was bringing out, man, definitely the Lord is a man of war. You know what I mean? We focus on the whole totality of things, the whole war, not just a little few battles or whatnot, not just a few casualties, but the whole totality, and that's what we're doing with Esau. You know what I mean? This whole thing is a fight for Israelite. You know what I mean? Down to the remnant of that. It's a fight amongst our people. It's a fight amongst the heathens. You know what I mean? So you got to be, as an officer and as a trooper in this school, as a young man in this school. That's why we always talking about war, because that's what it's all about. You're gonna be battling everybody. It's always gonna be a war. You know what I mean? That's what it is when you speaking the truth. When you're on the right side of righteousness. You know what I mean? You seen what they did to Christ. You know what I mean? Now everybody talking about Jesus, but they hated that man when he walked the earth. He was hated when he walked the earth. They crucified him, hung him on a cross on a tree. You know what I mean? That's real hate. But thousands of years later, it's easy to try to make some type of doctrine about them. But the thing we need to realize is that we always in the middle of war. We always gotta stay war ready, man. You know what I mean? Go ahead and bring that out for me.
Power come. Ephesians 6, verse 11 through 16. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like for real, believe me, we war ready. We war ready physically, also for sure. For sure, we keep ourselves up on all type of tactics and everything. But the thing is, the Lord that the Lord dealing with a remnant with his priests and prophets. So he tell us we battle not against flesh and blood, even though we're ready, even though we will stand our ground on what we gotta do. But the Lord said we're not battling against flesh and blood at all. Read that scripture one more time. But against what? We wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Ephesians 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Right. Those are the enemies, and you know, and those are people that's highly esteemed among the in the world, man. You know what I mean? That's the people that put fear into the people, even down to a lower level, down to these little organizations that have a lot of people in them that may not mean nothing on a political stance, may not really mean nothing on the TV or entertainment. But when it comes down to organizations, they may, have they in high places also. Have they little connections and whatnot. That's what they trust in. And that's what they look to be esteemed among men. Real rulers of darkness. You know what I mean? Spiritual wickedness in high places, man. You know what I mean? You know your enemy and know how to war against them. You know what I mean? Real flesh and blood. That should be least of our concern. Keep on reading.
Ephesians 6, verse 13. Wherefore, take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand this evil day.
That evil day. Hold on. That evil day. You can't let that go over your head either. That evil day that's coming. Evil day is coming. Prepare yourself for that. You know what I mean? Every day ain't gonna be smooth selling. The evil day may come. Where you have to take it there. You know what I mean? Because the Bible, let me tell you something about that's why everybody in the truth, because we know this Bible is for real. Whether they like it, believe it or not, it's that evil day is coming. We gonna see an evil day. The thing is that that's why we have the law. That's why we push the law to be equipped on that. Because when them chickens do come home to roost, you know what I'm saying? You won't get caught up in the mix. You'll be on the right side of righteousness. Keep on reading. Nah, you get to keep on reading.
That ye may be able to stand within the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness.
Right, you're right. That means standing there bold as a lion, man. You know what I mean? And that's what ISUBK gonna continue to display. Gonna continue to have that spirit to be bold as a lion, man. Just like Gideon's army, just like David and Goliath or whatever. All type of examples of low numbers. All type of examples of the physical not being there. But we stand bold as a lion because we know who our power is. We know who our enemy is. Keep on reading.
Ephesians 6, verse 15. And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the spirits, the fiery darts of the wicked.
All right, you can stop right there. Right, because the thing is that the faith that, you know what I mean, I know it's a church on every corner, right? There's a church on every corner of the neighborhoods that we live in. Everybody knows about faith. Everybody had what faith-based, you know what I mean? Faith, some type of way. Church called Faith Memorial, whatever. But the thing, we in the truth though. You know what I mean? We found out that we are the Israelites of this Bible. We're not a color black. You know what I mean? We're not Hispanics. We're not Latinos. We're not Native Americans, Indians, or whatnot, which means savage. We have names. We have holy names that has already been proven of who we are. And once that's been shown to us, we know that law is ours. That law cannot come back void at all. So in order for us to get out these curses, in order for us to get out all this confusion, and in order for us to get off the bottom and stop being living like peasants and come into a real royalty of the Most High, like we were made to be, that we, you know what I'm saying, that's the faith that we gonna be keeping in. Real, because that do take faith, which is actually, once you start to learn the information It really, you know what I mean? It's really, you can't call it faith, but at the same time, the information, once you, all you got to do is start looking at the information, and you will see that it's all facts. But a lot of times, the faith leads you to learning that information. So that's what we're gonna need. That's what we're gonna need, because there's gonna be a lot of distractions to get you off your rocker as a priest, a prophet in the school, in the truth. It's gonna be a lot of things, a lot of distractions of the word to get you off of that. But please believe one day the chickens will come home to roost. You know what I mean? That's why you should never drop your sword.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't you know what I mean? Don't matter what, whatever you're going through, brother or sister. No matter whatever you're going, whatever you thought you seen, whoever you think ain't right. You know what I mean? This may be too much for you, whatever. Don't never drop your sword. On top of all that, just, you know what I mean, just the ways of this world. Somebody could blow up doing something they like in entertainment. Somebody could just be influenced with the whole world is loving them. And you know what I mean? And they got a fan base. And they feel like they may want to look, they want to stop messing with the Most High, lead the school, whatnot. But where's your faith? Why would you ever drop your sword? Did you ever believe that the Most High was real from the beginning, or was this some kind of novelty thing for you? You know what I mean? But we shall be find out. And that's why Christ say the ones who saved gonna be saved until the end. You know what I mean? Talking about you saved now. That's cool, but are you gonna be saved until the end? Because there's a lot of things gonna happen in that between time. And that's why I also want to bring out this other scripture too. Sin being pleasurable for a season. And Hebrews 11:25 through 30. Hebrews chapter 11:25 through 30. Because a lot of us was not born into the truth at all. So we've definitely been in the world. We had to be called out the world. So we definitely know about sin. We was top not sinning, and still trying to learn, have more of a life where we was in the truth in our latter years, because we just did basically whatever we wanted to do, or we was in a church or some type of religious organization. It was a falsehood, moral law code, but we really still did everything we wanted to do. You got that scripture for me? All right, bring it up. Yeah, Hebrews chapter 11, verse 25 through 30.
Hebrews 11, chapter 25. Choosing rather to suffer in affliction with the people of God than to enjoy pleasures of sin for a season.
Hold on, stop right there. Right. This is actually talking about Moses. But Moses, like all the priests and prophecies that's mentioned in the Bible, they are all examples, and the stories in the Bible, they are all examples for us today, for our learning. Moses, instead of choosing the riches of Egypt, he chose to suffer with the Lord's people. That's what we required to do. That's what we require to do all the time. You know what I mean? Because we are the children of the slaves right now in this empire. All the other heathens that are not so-called, they're not Israelites at all. They didn't have their last name changed. They weren't brought over here and changed. They wasn't beat to death or burnt to death to believe in a false image of Jesus Christ, a false image of the mother of Christ, Mary. All that wasn't burnt into them. We the ones that it was burnt into. So we suffer. We suffer on it. So the easier thing, what it seems like it is to do, is just join what they say. Whoever they say, God, hey, we gonna go with it. We not, and we just gonna be silent. And a lot of times, your silence and you're not doing anything about it is an act of you agreeing. A lot of times, even if you know the truth. You know what I'm saying? If you don't say nothing about it, if you don't speak up about it, if you don't stand up for the Most High, that's like you saying you do agree with the other side. But a lot of people that a lot of people come into this world, come into this life, and act like they, and don't know the real purpose of their life. So they're willing to do anything it takes to get to a certain level. But what is it all to gain? You could gain the world and lose your soul. What is there to gain? And that's what I mean when them chickens come home to roost. It's a lot, you know what I mean? Because there's been plenty of brothers that and sisters that's been in and out, that joined the truth and heard the truth, sat in some of the same seats that we've been sitting in, and now they back in the world doing whatever they got to do. Know what I'm saying? You saved them to the end. But but also us coming out the world, we already know that sin can be pleasurable. For sure. It can be pleasurable. If somebody enjoy messing with, fast, promiscuous woman, whores or whatnot, hey man, that could be real pleasurable for a while. Especially if you got the money to do it, or you got a lot of pizzazz to mess with them or whatnot, picking them out like on a menu. Or even for the sisters that they go out and just sleep whoever they want to sleep with. Every man they walk by and make them feel like something, it ain't got to be every man, but a lot of men. Make this one make me feel special. This one look good. This one talk to me. Whatever the reason may be, sleeping around or whatnot. That could be pleasurable for a season. But what is there to gain? Keep on reading.
Verse 26. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than treasures in Egypt. For he has respect unto the recompense of the reward.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The chickens coming home to roost. You know what I mean? And that's what the same understanding that Moses got. You know what I mean? That's what the ISUBK got. Straight up. Because you don't think that we don't got talents. You don't think that we can got there and be working these hoes? Some of us. Some people got a gift of gab. We speaking on the streets. We doggone moving. Got people all in their feelings. You don't think we can doggone go run a brothel of hoes like that? Right. And have them bringing the money back? It's all type of ways to get it. You don't think we can go sell out with Esau? I mean, it's I'm just naming a few examples. It's all type of ways that we can doggone side with the enemy. There's all type of ways that we can go and side with the heathens, or the side on the opposite side of the Most High, and make that and get that bag and bring it and secure that bag. You know what I mean? Secure that clout. Cause these days they'd rather have a clout than the bag. Whatever the reasons is, the popularity. You don't think we don't have the skills for that at all? Let me tell you something, we do. But we out there, ISUBK, we out there, man. Our face out there. You know what I mean? We out there in the streets, everything. You know what I mean? Somebody that's trying to go certain places, they wouldn't dare, they barely want to stand beside us. But that's why I said the ISUBK, we just like Moses, man. Because read that over again, 26.
Gone out of one cup. Verse 26. Esteeming the reproach of Christ greater riches than the treasures in Egypt.
Yeah, you keep going.
For he had respect unto the recompense of the sword.
Yeah, the reward. What's the reward? Like, yeah, when them chickens come home to roost, then we gonna be spared. What's that? What? Give me some more rewards that we got instead of wanting the riches and the pleasures or the esteem among men that we choose to suffer with the Lord's people. That we choose the way of the Lord, which can lead us into suffering, that can lead into unpopular opinion, being unpopular. What's the reward for that? Somebody give me a few of them. Nobody, go ahead.
Inherit the kingdom.
Right, we inherit the kingdom. Most definitely. Yeah, because that's forever. It ain't no once you got the kingdom, that's forever, man. Anything our hearts desires. The Lord know what we want. He know what the tribe of Judah want all the way down to all the tribes. He know what we want in our heart. We gonna have that and more. Real, get somebody give me something else. Right, I'll take give it a few. We're gonna definitely gonna have rulership. That 144,000. You know what I'm saying? Instead of being at the bottom, we're gonna be at the top. You know what I mean? That real royalty. But we talking about the most high though. We're talking about being, you know what I mean, being a part of his army, a part of his program. We know that shift is gonna happen. And one might say, hey, all the religions say that. You know what I'm saying? In Islam, some people be saying Islam, if you be a martyr, then you die and you get 30 virgins when you go to heaven. Whatever they saying, but see, it's a lot of confusion with a lot of all these religions. But the truth is not a religion. The truth is law, statutes, commandments given to a group of people called the Israelites and make up 12 tribes on this earth. You know what I mean? A religion is definitely man-made. You know what I mean? A religion is inclusive. You know what I mean? It's not exclusive at all. You can wake up tomorrow and be in Islam. You can go be a Buddhist the next day. You can be in all type of sects of Christianity the next day. You can do all that. That's those are religions. That's not of the Most High. This stuff based off your nationality, man. Keep on reading.
Found out one car. Verse 27. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured, and seeing him who is invisible.
Right, and that's what we're gonna do with America. We forsaken America, man. We forsaken Babylon and all her ideologies. You know what I'm saying? That they pushing on the men, they pushing on the women, man. Now they got it so because we already know that the gay agenda, the thought agenda, the effeminization of the black male, all that. That's all that stuff is getting ready to be. We've been kind of talking about that. Not. I'm just saying, like it's been a discussion on TV, and they've been working with black people to be accepting of a lot of those things. We going about 10 plus years of that being on TV now. You know what I mean? It's getting war. It's breaking us down. Not us as UBK, but just us black people as a whole is breaking us down to wear whoredom and when women being than a whoredom thought lifestyle is more of a normality these days. You know what I'm saying? Well, it would have been a shame to wear out the house a while ago. Now you can wear it. It's an everyday gear. Matter of fact, put it on your 5-year-old little girl now. You know what I'm saying? Where it might have been crazy to see two men kiss on TV. Now they taking it farther than that. You might never seen. You probably seen a man, two men kiss on TV and turn your head. You might have seen that one time in your whole life. Now it's almost on every show.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They wearing it down and wearing it down one by one. But the ISUBK, we forsaken America, man. We forsaken Babylon. Real. And when we read these scriptures, we're like, oh yeah, Moses forsook Egypt. But I'm saying, just like it's not easy then, it wasn't easy then, it's not easy now. Now, when it comes to certain issues, for sure, homosexuality, for sure. But a lot of times dealing with business, dealing with things that's your slavery, people watering things down, you may have a strong opinion, but a lot of our brothers are taking a stance on that's their business. I ain't gonna get into their business. Whatever you do in their bedroom, that's on them. What it is, that is on them. I ain't trying to be in their bedroom or nothing like that. But at the same time, we got very strong. Our strong opinions gonna get voice. We're gonna forsake America. We not gonna hate in privately. I hate homosexuality in private. You're never gonna be able to tell. You'll never get me on record to say nothing about that. That's how our brothers is these days, making excuses for that. We're not gonna ever say any come against that type of stuff, but behind closed doors, we don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But we standing on ISUPK, we standing on business on all that. All the thought culture that's out here, whores running around, making it popular. You know what I mean? A whole bunch of sexy red, a whole bunch of Suki hunters. Hey man, we speaking out against that. Yeah. Well, we know we don't care. 8 out of 10 black women, so-called black women, become a Suki hunter and a Suki and a sexy red mixed in together, morphed together. We still standing on it. And we still not accepting it. You feel me? Because him, what they say, he that controls the media controls the people. Yeah, that's for the sheeple people. That's for that group, the 85 percenters. A lot of times, the 10% of the people, the population, they like more of the subgroup. They're not going along with the rest of the world. But 85% is a lot. Do you know how it is standing against 85% of the population? Right? Yeah. Guess what? Let me tell you something. A lot of people gonna fold when it comes to that. A lot of people gonna buckle when it comes to that. A lot of people are faint and just go to the other side, just not say nothing. They don't even want to be seen on the side of righteousness because they'll rather do that than be hated amongst the world. But that's why the Most High chose certain men to be regenerated back into the earth, because if he not have saved the remnant of men, we would have all been unto Sodom and Gomorrah. Keep on reading.
Through faith, he gives a Passover and a sprinkling of blood. Lest he that destroys the firstborn to touch them.
Right. We keep the Passover through faith. We keep the Passover. You know what I mean? Niggas don't know nothing, but we keeping the Passover. They mad at us. Hey, you mad at us for? You supposed to be? You claim you're an Israelite too, right? I know. There's a fake group. What you mad at us about celebrating the Passover? Don't they got to be in Jerusalem? Don't y'all got to have the Passover in Jerusalem? You ain't doing it right. Niggas want to be on the sideline popping, but when the doggone chickens come home to roost, niggas on the sideline, you're not going home. You know what I'm saying? The buck stops right there. For real, because you know what? You either get in the game or you perish. Keep on reading.
Verse 29. By faith, they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians had sand to do what? Drown. By faith, the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days.
Right. Yeah, you can stop right there. Right. And then they're going through a few things. Even the walls of Jericho fell down. All that's by faith. That's why we got to stand on what we stand on. When you turn on your phones every day, when you turn on your TV, your cable TV every day, you turn on the radio, you turn on your rib, your spouse or whatever, you're going to hear the opposition a lot of times of the Most High. It's real easy to be in a cross to turn against the Most High. I ain't seen him no way. There ain't nothing but a book. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's been proven to me, but I ain't never seen nothing. You know what I mean? It's a lot of ways. It's a lot of things that's programming our minds and programming our children. You might want to just please your children and just have them happy for birthdays, for holidays. It's like the rest of the world. Like, you can't buy your little girl or your little boy everything you want to buy them any other day, but it got to be on that particular day for Christmas or birthdays or whatever. You may, you know what I'm saying, you may get caught up in your child so much that you love your child more than the Most High. That you gonna conform with whatever they got going on. Your niece and nephews, whoever, your loved ones. But that's where you lost your faith. Let me tell you something. The faith that knocked down the walls of the Jericho, the faith that split the Red Sea. You're gonna need that same faith with social media these days. You're gonna need that same faith for your against what's gonna be put into your children, because you're gonna have to get that out of them too. You're gonna need that same faith against your rib, against your spouse. You're gonna need that same faith against your parents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need that because you know what I'm saying, because this thing all about war. But you know what? The thing about the Lord, like I was saying, when the chickens come home to roost, I know you risk that when you in this truth, you could say something, and not saying it can't happen, that we standing on our doctrine, where we standing on the truth, that they'll be able to see it immediately. So they can come and join us, so our brothers and sisters can come and join us, right? So they can come and join us, and we can take back the kingdom, and we can be sealed and get these damn Edomites and all these heathens out of power and take over. We wish it was that easy, but no, it's a war, it's a fight over and over, day by day, hour by hour, line by line, precept by precept, everything. It's always gonna be a faith walk, because that's what the Lord want to see. He want to see who gonna earn it. You know what I mean? But whether you want to earn it, whether you believe it or not, you're gonna get caught up in the cross if you drop your sword. You're gonna be caught up in the chicken come home to the roost if you if you choose not to come in, not to follow the truth. Because you already know, there's plenty brothers that know this, that know of this truth, and they still going to the church on Sunday. They still want to go to where they real go to church at. They still will rather follow the holidays just to, because they worry about pleasing a man. They worry about pleasing a woman. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with pleasing people, but when when you gotta cross the Most High out over that, it should be a no-brainer. No matter who it is. No matter who it is at all. Don't never cross the Most High. For nobody. Keep on reading. Oh, no, sorry. Go ahead, drop that. My bad. Drop that. That was verse 30. You was reading. But we all right, so yeah, we want to go into polite a little bit. Because the brother polite, because as I preparing this class, I heard that. I was like, oh man, that's gonna fit perfectly for when the chickens come home to roost. The law is gonna stand, will not come back void. And we already know who's in that conscious community was the top, like they president, man. Polite had a lot of influence that Mayweather messing with him, Vlad TV interviewing him, everything. The Breakfast Club interviewing him. Everybody just know about Polite. Even when the ISUBK, even when Captain Tazariot, he beat him in a debate, and they still trying to side with Polite. You know what I mean? That's one person that's highly esteemed among men, for sure. He done shot the Bible up with an AK-47. He plucked his chest out against the prophets of the Lord. I mean, how disrespectful? How much more disrespectful can you get to the book of the law by shooting it up with an AK-47? Because spitting on it, at least when you spit on it, you can doggone bring it back, wipe it off or whatnot. You putting bullet holes in the Bible, man. You know what I'm saying? This boy, and the video went viral. How many of y'all seen that video? Y'all heard about it? Brother Polite shooting the Bible up with an AK-47. Right, yeah. I mean, he definitely he had that conscious community on the side. I talk to people, and they may not heard about this or heard about that, but you know what? They heard about Brother Polite, and they be listening to him. You know what I mean? That's why I'm bringing it home, because he's highly esteemed among men for years. He got wives and everything. You know what I mean? He dressing all down in designer. I mean, got the whole social media look, everything down to the T. Also, you know what I mean? Even GMS. I mean, how many of y'all remember the fake Israelite group GMS? He even doggone had them looking crazy. He couldn't do nothing with us, but he had them looking crazy. Because if somebody that is not properly sincere taught in the word, if you just on some Christianity doctrine type of thing, Polite have you believing that The Most High is not the Most High, and Christ is not Christ. For sure. He'll have you thinking the Bible is totally false. If you did not properly know the Bible. He's one of them type of individuals. But recently, we all seen what happened to him. This boy to rape a child. But who called him a pedophile first before any of this came out? Y'all already know. You know what I mean? ISUBK did. Captain Tazaryok up there in New York. They been called him pedophile. That's why the name of the radio show is called Cross the Line Radio. Because they told him it got pretty heated in their conversation. They told him to cross the line, cross the effing line. You did? And call that man a pedophile early through the spirit of the Most High, the spirit of the law. But what happened? Them chickens came home to roost. All them, you know what I mean? All them contracts, all those deals, all those hundreds of thousands on your way to be having 1 million followers, all the recognition that he got. And the nigga done lost to us as a school. He done lost to Captain Tazaria. Right. You know what I mean? Did any light get shined? Did the Breakfast Club interview anybody in the ISUBK after that? Captain Tazaria after that? No. Well, any Vlad interviews for that? No, not at all. Did he get 100,000 subscribers? No. Nothing. Random people just know about Polite all over. He's highly esteemed among men. But it happened to him. You know what I mean? He did a very nasty thing. A 14-year-old girl, and then a girl that's really could be considered his stepdaughter. Not considered, that is his stepdaughter. It's his real daughter that he slept with. See, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna learn. Don't learn the hard way and not listen to the priests and the prophets. Whatever it looked like, forget what it looked like. Forget how sweet it looked or how enticing it may look. You know what I'm saying? When the priests and prophets already done spoke on it and we already done stamped it and the Lord already came against it, you can bet your life on it, man. That whatever the word say, whatever the Lord said do, it will not come back void at all. And all we got to do is sit back and watch the chickens come home to roost. Just stand on our business and stand on 10 all the time. That's what we're going to do and hold our faith. You know what I mean? Because it's going to, like I said, it's plenty of things to entice us out here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Especially as a priest and prophet, you know what I mean? It could be your woman. It could be the whoredom. It could be the whores. It could be the fast money. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times in this empire, just working a regular job, even if you hustling in a legal type of way, just working a regular job, sometimes you still may want to, cut a few corners here and there. I'm gonna hit a little scam here. I'm gonna jug here a little bit. I'm a middleman here. It's a lot of ways. They'll never know about it to get that filthy lucre. Put me up at Okay, go ahead.
Young Trooper Halak, Amon checking in.
Oh, Trooper Halak. I got you down. Yeah, how about you, Shabrak? All right, I got you down. Anybody else? I got 3 people on the phone. Anybody else that didn't check in? All right, that's fine. Pick me up at Proverbs 14 and 11. Well, that boy Polite got 7 years in prison, man. It's 2023. That man may not even come home to 2030. It's over with. Hopefully, this is a message to the conscious community, to everybody in their community. You know what I mean? Because a lot of them, because Polite definitely had sin pleasurable for a season. The conscious community had sin that was pleasurable for a season, and it all failed, and they failed miserably. Right, because the law ain't gonna never come back void. All you gotta do is find out and show me when the Lord says something in this book and it didn't come back like he said it was gonna come back. You know what I mean? The moral code, he sat down, he set in place and gave to Moses over 6,000 years ago still holds fast to this day. You know what I'm saying? Still hold fast to this day. Pick me up in Proverbs 14 and 11.
Come out of one car. Proverbs 14, verse 11. Hell and destruction are before the Lord.
Hello, that's
How much more then?
hello, that's Proverbs 14, chapter 14. Yeah, Proverbs chapter 14, verse 11 through 12.
Proverbs 14, verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown.
It shall be what? Hello, the house of wicked.
Right.
Hello. The house of wicked shall be what?
Overthrown.
And you could bet that, man. You could bet your bottom dollar on that. You could bet your children's savings on that. You could bet anything on that. The house of the wicked gonna be overthrown. It's gonna be looking good for a minute, man. You can't be studying that little. You can't be studying that. You can't be like a little child and everything shiny and everything glitter and everything that's, you know what I mean, that look enticing or whatever. You just going to it like because you got a childlike mind. You got to be an adult, man, and see what's really going on in this world. This world ain't just for you. Just be pleasing yourself and full of what the hell you want to do. You got a duty on this world. Everybody playing a part in this world. You know what I mean? And it's all based on the Israelites, man. The portion of the people was made according to the number of the house of Israel. You know what I mean? This ain't no YOLO. This ain't no YOLO type of thing. Yeah, you only live once for this particular body, but you're gonna be regenerated. There's all type of judgments that can be coming down. You know what I mean? Your duty is to be a prince of the Most High. Until we get the kingdom back, we gotta be pushing to our people. You know what I mean? Everything ain't about being fun. Everything ain't about pleasing individuals and turning up and being lit. We already had enough of that, especially here in Atlanta. But keep on read that over again.
One out of one car. Proverbs 14, verse 11. The house of the wicked shall be overthrown.
Yeah, nigga, you know what? And you gonna be right in it. When that house of the wicked be overthrown, you gonna be in it. You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You chose to please all your wants and needs and say, forget the Lord. So you want to get so you want to be in the house of the wicked. What's going on in the house of the wicked? We can go run it down in Atlanta. House of the wicked, you got orgies popping off, sex parties popping off, and that thing. All type of craziness. And the house of the wicked is a trap house. You know what I'm saying? You got the you got all the pills that you want off in that thing. You got the mushrooms and all that thing all up in there. You know what I mean? That's the house of the wicked. The house of wicked got holes up in there. When they used to say where the holes at? Yeah, the house of the wicked got that in there. House of wicked don't got no righteous women up in there. You know what I'm saying? The house of the wicked, they busted it open in there. You know what I mean? And it shall be what? What's the house of the wicked? Shall be what?
Overthrown.
It shall be overthrown. Negro, you don't be caught up in that. You know what I'm saying? When the saints come marching in, when that trumpet be blown, and you be found in that, you fool. You fool. It's over. Don't you be caught up in that. Everything that you did in the past, you know what I mean? The Lord will, he will forgive you for that. Sincerely. You know what I mean? Now it's high time for you to wake up. Don't be caught up in the house of the wicked. It's gonna be overthrown, no matter how it glitter, how it's looking or whatever. Let these other suckers sell themselves out, sell their body out, sell their little ass out to everything. I'm talking about men and women too. Selling out to every doggone thing, everything for sale. They can have it. Sometimes we can't even understand their mind states and why they want what they want. Forget them. You know what I'm saying? Keep on reading.
One out of one car. But the tabernacle of the upright shall flourish.
Right, we're gonna flourish, man. We're gonna stay flourishing. That's the tabernacle of the upright. Now, how do we know about that? How you know we're gonna flourish? Time gonna tell. When all smoke clear, who gonna be here? You know what I'm saying? Time and time and time after again. All right, SUBK, we've been in operation. We've been set up in 1969. We still here, still going strong, still growing, still flourishing. And then still time gonna tell even more. And then you're gonna know who the true priests and the prophets were. But sometimes you don't have that time to sit there and wait. Okay, now that's who the Lord dealing with. Now I'm gonna mess with them. Because let me tell you something. Everybody knew for a fact it was just the Lord just put it in everybody's head. All the Israelites' head. Who we were. Now we got it in our heart. We got a lot of things in our heart, and we got it in us. But everybody, if the Lord came down or the angels came down from heaven and said, "This is the way to go. This is the truth right here." We wouldn't even have to be teaching this class a lot of times. All we got to do is focus on the law, on what is the law. It'll be people be coming in here in droves. You know what I mean? Because they want something proved to them, but that's not faith. Faith is the evidence of things not seen. You know what I'm saying? We haven't seen that. We haven't seen no angel come down and tell us that this is it. We hear about the stories in the Bible. We hear about, you know what I mean, the priests and the prophets in the Bible and everything. But you know what I mean, even though it's been proven to us that we the Israelites, it's still a faith walk. You know what I'm saying? And what most of the world do, they want to just whatever they was taught when they was younger. You know what I mean? The tradition of men. This is what my mama and them follow. Whatever. I'm gonna follow that. This is what most of the, or say if somebody grew up in the church, but they may get into Islam. A woman, she may grew up in the Christianity. She meets a man, he's in Islam. She converts to Islam. A dude, he grew up in the church. He go to prison. He all of us now he's in Islam. Or his friends, all his friends in Islam, and now he comes over to Islam. You know what? Them nigga think he's so deep. Nigga, you ain't deep at all on Islam. Half the world is either Christianity, or Islam. It's billions of people that's in Islam. How is you so deep? Nah, you just been on that church doctrine for so long. Anything outside that and all that humming and all that doggone wearing your skirts and put it with a kufa in your head make you feel like you holy because it come from the east. That's sensationalism, brother and sister. That ain't the truth. So that's how a lot of our people get caught up in that. Keep on reading.
Gone out of one car. Verse 12. There's a way which seemeth right unto man, but in the end thereof are the ways of death.
Right. You know what I'm saying? It's a way that seems right to these brothers and sisters, man. The ways in the end is death. You know what I mean? And what they pushing on our kids, they definitely pushing homosexuality on our kids. But another thing, they pushing that these kids can change their sexual orientation. You know what I mean? We already know with the Wayne Wade son and all that mess with that, but he's just a poster child for that. You know what I mean? And and everybody, even a sister would tell you that's not in the truth, of course. But let them kids choose and be who they want to be. Let them kids do what they want to do. But when they do something against you, you're not gonna be like that. When they steal something out your purse, well, let them kids be who they want to be. When he want to be a doggone jackal one day, you know what I mean. But you know what I mean. But when it comes to homosexuality, when it comes to homosexuality and everything, everybody want a kid, just let a kid be who they want to be. But all of a sudden, leave them kids alone. Push the homosexual agenda on the kids. But who's telling the kids? Who's warning the kids about death? Because it says here that there's a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end of the ways thereof is death. I mean, last time we checked that the way you get AIDS is two men to homosexual sex. Now we know you can get it in a blood transfusion and needles and all that other stuff, but the most times what happens is we already know that happens through homosexual male sex. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean. But when you were standing beside when them women and people that were standing beside their people, their cousins, being homosexual, defending them. Hey, I mean, you may not don't like nobody to get picked on, but you got to get off that. You can't be riding for that against the Lord because you leading them right into the slaughter of death. Because their chances of getting AIDS is very, very high. It's very high. But nobody's saying that to Dwayne Wade's son. Nobody's saying that to the kids. How you gonna push them to run to something they can be shriveled up by the time they 21 years old? Because you talk about men. That's why the Lord didn't make men like women. Because you know what I mean, if a woman drive was like a man, you know what I mean, it'll be all off. So you get homosexual men, they you know how a man drive could be sexually, but you got nothing but raining men around. It's all you know, all that mess, a whole bunch of men around. Like when I told y'all the average homosexual man, average sex partners per lifetime is 500. 500. You know what I'm saying? By the time, you know what I'm saying? That's why the A is out there. Because you dealing with men, you know what I mean? For real. Women gotta be choosy. Even if they like and they feel attracted to you, they still gotta go through different little things. And even a woman that's a hoe, that's a flat out, straight out hoe, she still can't just go hit everybody. She ain't got, you know what I mean? She still gotta be a little choosy. But you talk about men, little horn dog men, and they gay, average lifetime partners 500. That's why them AIDS. That's why you're gonna die from AIDS. That's why you're gonna get shriveled up like you do. But who's warning the young boys about that? Who warning that generation about that, man? For real. Nobody but the ISUPK, man. Everybody else scared to speak out against it. You know what I mean? You got Bootsy. He want to say a little something, but I mean, you know, he ain't in the truth. And he got half truths. He'll say a few little things and leave it alone. You know what I mean? He'll talk against two men being together, but two women, he say he like that dyking. It's exciting. You know what I'm saying? But look what happened to his daughter. His daughter came out as a stud. And that's another thing about also speaking of Bootsy, y'all his daughter came out speaking crazy against him, which was very disrespectful. How many of y'all seen that? And y'all, anybody missed that? Didn't miss that? Bootsy's daughter. Everybody seen that? That was crazy disrespectful, right? That's what I'm saying. But that also should show you how wicked this generation is. That also should show you that you can get them children everything, and you can, you know what I mean, you can provide them and spoil them and having this type of lifestyle and everything, and they still will turn against you, man. They still can't. Well, not will, but they still can turn against you. You know what I'm saying? It's because every generation it gets worse and worse and worse. But think about what the Most High say, that you disrespect your mother and father, that you shorten the days of your lives. She don't want the chickens to come home to roost on her, but that law cannot be broken. You know what I mean? We see the brother Bootsy, he all over the place. Now we salute him for standing on what he's standing on, but the brother all over the place, man. And too much talking, too much running your mouth, what the Lord say is that's never gonna be good. You know what I mean? You talking too much. You know what I mean? You got too much going on. Like for real, it's like a whirlwind of things going on over there. So now you becoming unstable in all your ways. Read the next verse.
Verse 13. Even in laughter, the heart is sorrowful, and the end of that mirth is heaviness.
All right, yeah, you can drop that. But I just wanted to bring a few examples of that. Well, definitely with current events that's happening this week. The chickens came home to roost with polite and everything, man. This is you know, and it's gonna be plenty other examples like that. If it's not polite, it's gonna be somebody else that step up. I'm the new polite. I'm the new this and that. I'm the new enemy of the ISUBK, the battle of the ISUBK. There's always gonna be some kind of new fool that try to step up and some kind of new popularity contest person that's highly esteemed man that steps up and that the simple people gonna fall for. We got to make sure we stand 10 toes down on what our faith and don't let nothing knock us off our rocker. Go ahead.
The water search the line below the quays. Officer John checking in. Real heavy points dropping in, not a one, you know what I'm saying? Because it was just brought out earlier that this devil polite, you know what I'm saying? He threw a little party with champagne, you know what I mean? Taking pictures of other girls and booty and all that stuff. He just wilding out. He's saying that all the charges were dropped. Meanwhile, he knew he was going to plead guilty, right? And he's acting like he's, everything's good, he's partying, everybody thinking he's good. And then today, you know what I'm saying, he go ahead and plead guilty. You know what I mean? This is what these heathens do, sir. It's a lock.
Right, yeah, that's exactly what they do, because I think I seen that also. I think I seen that in Captain Tazaria's video earlier. I think I seen that earlier on his video earlier when they showed him partying. Then he acting like a charge drop. But that's what he do, trying to show off on what you gonna do. You gonna disappear for you plan on disappearing for 7 years? You got a 7-year sentence. You know what I mean? So I didn't even understand that, but you know what I mean? Like, where he of his father, the devil, man. He definitely of his father, the devil. You know what I mean? And who is his father? Huh? Y'all know who his father is. Go ahead. Oh, Shalom, no Christ. What name you say?
So-called white man.
No, yeah, but now Malachi Z. York. Boy, coming in. He was in the door. Right, yeah. Well, I was talking about Malachi Z. York. That's who that's who his father is. Anything else you want to bring out there, officer? Oh, no Christ. Anything else to bring out?
Just saying, you know what I mean, dropping it real heavy out of one. Just saying, you know what I mean, dropping it real heavy to water. This bastard, you know what I mean. We all know, he's a Hamite, and he out here scratching his ass in public. And I'm saying all the stuff that, you know what I mean, that was said before, we all see it right now. All they do is talk and pose and try to look cute, you know what I mean, and in the end, you know what I mean, he gonna be real cute for his jailmate, his jail cell.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, definitely. And then he going to prison as a pedophile too, so it's gonna be some more pressure on him. So hopefully he can use not hopefully, but hey, he gonna have to use the gift of gab to get out of a lot of situations in there. I'm tell you that. You know what I mean? Because they still ain't playing with pedophiles in prison. A lot of people got children, and that's another example of them chickens. The chickens that came home to roost. For sure. Hit me up at Titus 1, chapter 1, verse 9. Yeah, Titus chapter 1, verse 9, man. And we gotta hold fast to this truth for sure. And that's another thing also. When it comes to the chickens coming home to roost and sin being pleasurable for a season. You know what I mean? What it was the sorceries they got out here in the drugs. You know what I mean? This is a junkie society. The music are made by junkies. Not saying it was better than when made by the people selling it, they all was wrong. But this is a very much so junkie society. You know what I mean? But that's also pleasurable. That could be pleasurable for a season. But what's happening? What's happening now with that fentanyl? That fentanyl, they dropping dead off that. Real. If you even touch, you don't even got to take fentanyl. If you touch a certain amount of fentanyl, you know what I mean? You can perish off of that. Just off a little bit of that. And a lot of times, and also with a lot of times with those sorceries, with those drugs, also they also losing their mind. If they're not down off the fentanyl, then they take the drug and it also alters their mind, which leads people to being schizophrenic, leads people to mental disorders on that fentanyl. I mean, not the fentanyl, but just drugs, period. So, you know what I'm saying? These things are pleasurable for a season, but the end of that is death. That's what the end is coming of that, and that's another example of the chickens coming home to roost. And sometimes that stuff be sad because these boys be pushing the in the music designer clothes, designer drugs, making it sound real cool. But look who you talking to. Who you talking to? You talking to the children of Israel. You talking to the children of Israel on that. The we just lost well he kind of famous, but he was a rapper, a local rapper, but he was on a national scale. Dope Boy Ra. He was he was a real good rapper. You know what I mean? Made good sounding music or whatnot. But one thing he did, he definitely always pushed that drugs. You know what I mean? He made them drugs sound real cool. Popping pills sound real cool. Pictures and everything, they album covers, and they all look pleasant. It's all pleasurable for a season. But when them chickens come home to roost, rappers dropping dead off of overdoses. You know what I mean? Juice World, Dope Boy Rod. You can go on for days. You could definitely go on and on for days on what's going on, in that society. That's why we wanted to bring it out because this is what's gonna help you live a long life. But this is going, and whether you live a long life or not, you still want to be on the right side of the Most High with the preachers and prophets that's coming out of ISUPK, because that doctrine never changed. And that doctrine that always can be checked. We always ready to prove everything that we standing on. Go ahead, bring that out in Titus.
Found out one thought. 1 verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
Right. That's what we doing. We holding fast the faithful word has been taught. ISUPK started in 1969. You know what I mean? In Harlem, New York, 125th Street. We still holding fast. Ain't nothing changed up since that day. We still holding fast there. Now we know a whole bunch of carbon copies that came behind that and watered down the carbon copy of the carbon copy. We know a whole bunch of stuff was watered down. But we know a lot, and some of these fake Israelite groups, they got their numbers up too. Some of their videos may go viral. Some things they may be doing, they got their numbers up. But remember, I said about numbers earlier. The Lord ain't dealing with all that. He ain't dealing with things that's highly esteemed among men. He don't care about a whole bunch of numbers. He want his name to be glorified through the earth. And how can he do that? He can only do that with a remnant of people. You know what I mean? And it's just enough in the ISUPK. You know what I mean? We ain't worried about no battle. It's the whole war. Real. Look at what they doing to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans in America. There's plenty of battles that we lose on a daily. There's plenty of battles that we lose on a daily basis that we done lost for hundreds of years. But what's gonna happen in the end thereof? You know what I mean? What's gonna happen in the whole totality of that war? You know what I mean? We know the beginning from the end. Keep on reading.
Found out one thought.
Yeah, verse 10. Yeah, pick me up. Nah, you go. Young man, did hold real quick. I got one of the officers in here gonna read.
Because this is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Right? Especially the devil who?
Of the circumcision.
What that mean? That means some of your brothers. Yeah, go ahead.
Like the so-called, the breakout, right?
Right. I mean, I'm saying like the people, like what they say, everybody that's Israel is not of Israel. It's gonna be so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans. They are of the circumcision, and they know they confess to know the law. But what they read a little bit in 10. Yeah, no, read 10 over again.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 10. But there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Especially they of the circumcision. Don't let that go over your head at all. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of deceivers coming out of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Us being the children of the slaves come up on a slave doctrines or whatnot. We hear a little bit of truth. We thinking that whoever told us that they must be something next to God. We see the power in numbers. Like, oh yeah, they got a lot of numbers. It's looking real glorious over there, and this must be the way to go. But we can't be deceived by that. We can't be deceived like that, because what I said, when them chickens come home to roost, then we gonna see. But you don't want to get caught up in the mix. Keep on reading, verse 11.
This is the book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 11. Whose mouth must be stopped.
Whose mouth what?
Whose mouth must be stopped.
Oh yeah, they running it right now, but what the most I say, their mouth must be stopped. That means it's gonna be stopped. You know what I mean? Loose lips ain't ships.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You about to bring some out? All right, keep on reading.
Who subvert whole houses. Continue, sir.
Come.
Who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not.
Wow, now we know about that. They teaching things where they not. You shouldn't even be touching on that. You know what I'm saying? You watering down and adding on and taking away from the doctrine or whatnot. Go ahead.
So this goes to, like, how you be teaching that, a man only supposed to have one wife. You teaching, like,
Right.
If y'all ain't equally yoked, you can leave your man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't happy, you can leave your man.
Right.
You come in here, you gotta leave your man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
All that, you know what I mean? You can, you know what I mean? If it's beneficial, you can marry a Hamite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hamite is the tribe of Judah now.
Right.
Yeah. Things that ought not be taught. Keep on reading.
Sir. For filthy
Lucre's
sake.
Right. What's that? Lucre. Y'all know what that is? Somebody on the phone know what that is? Officer Azar? Go ahead, bring it out.
Yes, sir. That's the money.
Yeah, that money, that narrow, that money, and when a group have a lot of when they have that faith in the power of numbers and highly esteem among men, what does that bring? What does that bring? It bring. Go ahead.
If I may, that would be popularity.
Right, that bring popularity, but I also bring money. That's what I'm saying. That filthy lucre. It bring money. You know what I'm saying? When you have an organization and you have the numbers, we have an organization and you highly esteem among men and social media on the internet. You know what I mean? You making it look good in viral videos. That bring monetization. It bring that big cash. That cash. That's what it bring. But it said for filthy lucre's sake. Keep on reading.
Book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said,
The Cretians, yeah.
The Cretians are always liars, evil beasts, slow belly.
Keep on reading.
Verse 13. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
Read it again.
Verse 13. This witness is true. Wherefore rebuke them sharply, that they may be sound in the faith.
That's what we doing. You rebuking them sharply. And when we hit the street, we rebuking them sharply, man. We're not holding our tongue on none of that.
Right.
You know what I mean? They could be up the circumcision, out of the circumcision, anything. You know what I mean? We rebuking them sharply. Because that's what the Lord said do. Keep on reading.
Verse 14. Not giving heed to Jewish fables and commandment of men that turn from the truth.
They turn away from the what?
That turn from the truth.
Yeah, it may look good right now, man, but I'm telling you, you don't want to get caught up in that mix. You know what I mean? When them judgments come down at all.
Right. So that Jewish part is like,
go ahead.
The Jewish part is talking about like the actual Jewish men.
No, yeah, it's talk. Well, you know, it could be that. Yeah, it could be that too. But it's also the fables that, you know, like we were saying earlier, like the Hamite it could be Israelites. You know what I mean? The new doctrines is popping up now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are fables for sure. Jewish fables. Keep on reading.
Verse 15. The book of Titus, chapter 1, verse 15. Unto the poor, all things are perfect. But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving is nothing perfect. But even their mind and conscience is defiled. Verse 16. They profess that they know God.
Right. Well, yeah, we know a lot don't do that. We already know, man. You know, you can't. That's for the simple.
Right.
The simple get caught up in God, Jesus bumper stickers. You know what I mean? Okay. Jesus t-shirts or whatnot. They want to they want to do a whole bunch of lip service, a whole bunch of show off service. Okay. You know what I mean? But you know what I mean with their mouth. But what we're looking at the fruits. We're looking at their fruit. We hear what you're talking about, and they're like just like on the streets or wherever. We see what you're talking about, but what's your works? What you working with? We ain't never heard your name buzzing out here. We never heard them like so. We can't. Ain't nobody vouching for you. Keep on reading.
Come. The book of Titus, chapter 1:16. They profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. That's why they be mad at us, because we always talk. Why y'all gotta say fake Israelite groups, other groups, whatever? Because we already know. I'm telling you, we ain't got time to be going around the world and then for you to get it. Oh, now I get it. No, we telling you now. Go ahead.
It's just like a direct cut to show like they deny the Most High, because you know the first commandment is love the Most High, and the second one is like that too, to love your brother, right?
Right.
But instead of loving your brother, you'll go with your brother, try to start your own stuff, and then come back and try to destroy, you know, do all kind of stuff to your brother. You know what I mean?
Right. This is exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Brother, the Most High, the Most High. You know what I mean? We all do the same thing. You know what I mean? All that little con artist type of truth stuff. You know what I'm saying? But how we know the difference is in them works. The works that they do. You don't love your brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't love the sisters. You don't care about the nation of Israel.
Right.
You know what I mean? All you cared about is filthy lucre and being highly esteemed among men.
Right.
That's it. Go ahead.
That's what you're saying, because you talk about that filthy lucre, that dirty money. Where's more dirty and disgusting than some money covered in cow dung? You know what I'm saying? You all over there, you want to get cow dung money, man. You know what?
Exactly. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's what their heart's desire. You know what I mean? That's why we got to look past them words. What fruit you producing? Keep on reading.
This is the book of First Titus, the end of verse 16. But in works they deny Him.
But in what?
But works, they deny him. Being abominable and disobedient, and unto every good work reprobate.
Right. You could know what I'm saying? Like so what I'm saying, being when we seeing them being disobedient, abominable, we already know where they stand.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm Officer 500 Baraki Allah. With that, we'll pass class over to Officer Napas Kaya.
This is RSK security announcements. Well, the RSK started on 1 West 125th Street, Hall, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. Well, new brother and sister come to the school that are living for 6 months. They are here to be saluted only. They are here to set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, and the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 8 to 10. My Ishra, that means 10 in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the church department or teacher. Priest bond, free roll for a priest, not mandatory. What's the amount you like to give? The next whole convocation is going to be the blowing of the memorial trumpets. They're going to be the first day of the 7th month. It's going to be Friday, September 15th, sundown. You also can find it in the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 24 to 25. Remind Akim Wakian to check the bulletin board in the hallway. If any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, throwing like black boot, shirt, pant, headband, or scarf, with that, give one curse salute to the teacher. Ben Israel, Amajim Sabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shem Al-Shah Barakatah. While I say to you in the Hebrew, translated in the English, may the Most High and the name of Christ bless you. Y'all on top of me, hands down. Give curse salute to the sisters online. Ben Israel, Amajim Sabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shabbat Al-Tah Shem Al-Shah. While I just say in the Hebrew, translated in English, may the Most High watch over you in the name of Christ. Y'all on top of me, hands down. Class dismissed.
I got you.
For so long you've been sighing and crying, begging for justice, and here the Lord is bringing you justice right here to your streets.
City eyes.